It all started back in 2020.
I purchased the most hated scooter on the internet and made it my daily means of transportation in order to find out if it really is unreliable or if it just has unreliable owners. In order to give the scooter a fighting chance, I performed all the required services outlined in the owner's manual. Throughout the experiment, I kept a comprehensive trip log, service notes, and health report in a Google spreadsheet that I've shared with you in this video's description.
So here we are back in 2023 with the present day Tao in its present day condition. As noted in my log, the last time I rode this bike was October of 2020. After that, I stopped riding it and it sat in my backyard for 7 or 8 months, in which time we opened this shop. And so it came here and now it lives in the shop and I have to push it in and out every day to make space for the actual work. And while I'm pushing it in and out, I dread the day that I resurrect this project because of how much I hate riding this bike. It looks bad, it rides bad, and it's very, very slow. So here's the plan for resurrecting my Tao. In order to address the chronically unreliable and chronically underpowered engine, we're going to rebuild it with performance parts. Starting off with an 80cc big bore kit paired with a big valve head. And what's a big valve head if you don't have a big nasty camshaft? And of course, if we've got a big valve head with a big nasty cam, we're going to need to push more fuel through the engine. So we've got a larger intake and a much larger performance carburetor with accelerator pump. And if we've got more fuel and air flowing through it, we're going to need a more reliable ignition system. Now the ignition system left me stranded on the side of the road one day. So I've got a performance CDI with a better timing curve and the coil-on plug ignition I'm using on my race bike. And if we've got more fuel and air entering the engine, we're going to have more exhaust exiting the engine, so we're going to need to pair that with a performance exhaust pipe. Now installing all of these performance parts on the engine will definitely make the bike accelerate faster, but the transmission is still going to limit the top speed of the scooter to somewhere around 45 miles an hour. To take this build and push it to the next level, we're going to need to install a super transmission kit, and we're going to change the final drive ratio in the rear end using these new gear sets from NCY, also available on scooter911.com. Welcome back to the channel, and what I guess I'm going to have to call part 12 of my series, Living with a Tao. Despite the fact that this scooter has been the subject of the majority of the comments on even my newest videos, it's been about 2 years since I've made an update on this project, so there's a chance you might not even remember what this series is all about.